Time now for poll position, and Fergus, today, China's role in nuclear non-proliferation.
Indeed, yes. As the United States renews pressure in the United Nations and fairly relaxed pressure on Russia and China to increase sanctions on Iran, using more persuasion than the Bush administration used, there is a feeling, because the United States has got some concessions from Russia, and they have said they will try to encourage Iran, as they said, to take the right path. Now it looks as if President Obama will be trying out his persuasive powers on China. And for this reason, Huanzhou held a poll recently. They asked the question of Chinese people: do you think China should join Western countries in putting sanctions on Iran? And the answers were yes, 14%, and no, 86%. And we had several comments on that poll. On the yes side, on the positive side, that China should support the US. Once Iran gets their nuclear weapon, they will become the second North Korea, and they will give trouble to China. Another on the yes side was that nuclear weapons are harmful to everybody in the world, and we should make all efforts, including China, to stop any further proliferation of these weapons. Third comment was the current situation is good for China, so we have a responsibility to maintain the status quo.
Well, there are obviously no comments as well, Fergus. Those not supporting China's role in sanctions against Iran, among them, this person commented that Western countries have their own interests and that China should make a decision based on its own interests. The enemy's enemy is our friend. That old
very open-minded
adage.
view.
Yeah. Another person writes that the U.S. should pull back their troops out of the Persian Gulf, the Middle East, and basically withdraw out of the Middle East altogether, and should not threaten Iran with force. If Iranians feel safe, they will not feel the need to use any kind of nuclear weapons. Also adds that China should not support the U.S. in those sanctions. Those sanctions will only push Iran to further develop those weapons. And one other person writes that non-proliferation is our responsibility. So those are some of the comments to today's poll position. Stay with us. BON News continues with Straight from the Street next.